Well, hello there, everybody. Nice to see you all. Well, I'm not actually seeing you all. You all are seeing me. And honestly, I think I prefer it that way. I prefer being the one entertaining you guys as opposed to a bunch of random people whose talents I have no idea of being the ones to try to entertain me. You might notice I'm wearing this glove. It's the glove that I wear, or no, yeah, wear is correct. It's the glove that I wear basically whenever I'm doing drawing on my drawing pads to stop like gross smudging on my drawing pad from happening. So, you might be thinking this is a different like camera angle or something. Uh, so what happened is I recorded a video earlier today and I decided I didn't like how it looked. Just the camera angle and the lighting. It was terrible. It was quite frankly terrible. And also, uh, that video I put like barely any forethought into. It was just me ranting about like how just things I don't care about. And I feel like there's nothing worse that a content creator can do in terms of growing their channel than like making a video about something they're not passionate about. So, instead, I decided to entirely scrap that video idea. Maybe I'll revisit it at some point in the future, but until then, uh, I came up with a different idea. Well, I guess came up with isn't exactly the right turn of phrase because, I mean, I came up with this idea a while ago. I just haven't executed it yet. But that's what this is here for, and that's also why I'm doing a thing that I'm doing. So let me just figure out how to do it, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, that I think that worked. I think that works pretty well. I can't exactly check without doing like. Okay, so you guys are seeing the entirety of my screen, which yeah, you're seeing me, and you're also seeing the stuff that I'm doing on my screen. So, what do I actually want to talk about with you guys today? I want to talk about power systems. Specifically, power systems and the differences between power systems. Now, all things considered, fictional power systems are just a hodgepodge on the internet. It's just like you got all these different things. You got uh, devil fruits with all their weird, wacky designs. You got chakra in Naruto where you can just, I don't know, do whatever you want with it. You got uh, Ki in Dragon Ball, which I don't know. Honestly, I'm just drawing like different shapes to illustrate my point. Regardless of point illustration, though, uh, I do kind of have a point here. And that point is the way I see power systems is kind of similar to a political compass, if you know what that is. Basically, uh, in terms of uh, compasses, or like I guess more so in terms of the axes of a compass, you have the up and down, you have the left and right, and based on like where a given power system falls in this diagram uh, is like the kinds of things that you can do. But we need to define our axes before we start talking about anything. And also, I should probably check what time am I running on. That is that's inconvenient because I have to. Oh God, is this thing not telling me the time? Am I stupid? Uh, okay, so we're roughly 6 minutes into this. I can work with uh whatever 9 remaining minutes I have. So this like x-axis, then we have the horizontal axis, I guess. I'm going to define as individual versus commonplace. So I for individual and C for commonplace. Now, why do I use those words? Well, you could use different words, but it's same basic concept. Basically, individual power systems are power systems where an individual's abilities are unique to them. So, like, think of My Hero Academia would be a perfect example of this. Quirks, no two quirks are exactly the same. They do similar things, but uh, they might function in different ways, or they might like be channeled in different ways. Like one person may be able to turn their body into ice while another person may be able to produce ice from their body. They're both forms of like cryokinetics, but they're different on like a structural level. So like I don't know, put MHA here. Sure, that's MHA. That's where MHA falls on this scale. Now, aside from that, we have uh, on the opposite side of the axis, we have something like chakra in Naruto or ki in Dragon Ball. Things that are like uh, I used commonplace, but I don't really know if that totally aligns with it. It's basically just a power system that, technically speaking, everyone in the universe has access to it, but at the same time, it takes like training and focus to like be able to use the techniques with any level of mastery. So, uh, what would be a better like name title thing for this would be U for unique and T for technique. Because when it comes to like the universal power systems like ki, chakra, whatever else there happens to be, then like every power is sort of referred to as techniques. Like I don't know, like Spirit Gun in Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't know if it comes off that I've never seen Yu Yu Hakusho before, just based off of that. But yeah. Uh, but yeah, Ki falls into this area, and so does Chakra. But I don't know, I'm just gonna have Ki be there as the primary example. Aside from that, there is another axis on which we judge, that is the vertical axis, and that I will label on a scale of inherent to what's the patron. That's what I was thinking of. Inheritance to patron. So I for inheritance and P for patron. So, in which case, ki and chakra would those would fall into the realm, or at least I think they would fall into the realm of being like those would fall into the realm, I believe, of being like powers that people are born with and also powers that can be used by anyone. And that would also mean that quirks sort of belong down here as well. People are born with or without quirks, and they're unique to the user. Basically, inheritance is like something you're born with, whereas patron is like something you acquire through external means. So, like, what's something unique that would also make sense as like a patron? I would say, I can actually tie this in with a bit of my channel's content. I would say devil fruits. Why would I say that? Well, because devil fruits are a fruit that you eat and they give you superpowers, and there can only ever be one person wielding a given devil fruit power at a time. Therefore, I don't think I need to further explain how that makes sense. Now, given uh there are like middle grounds between this, like if I had to like actually put each of these things on a geological scale of this axis, I do think it would be like devil fruits would be very far in this corner, quirks would be like farther in this corner, ki and chakra would be like far into the corners, but it's not just the corners because there are things that kind of skim the line, such as I don't know what's a technique that's inherent would be like hockey, but like hockey in One Piece, but notably hockey has certain technique or like unique abilities that only a few people can access, like Conqueror's hockey, advanced versions of hockey, etc. So hockey would fall, I believe, more so here. So I'll just draw a line to like the relative positions. Now, as for what would be a patron technique type thing, honestly, I'd say that's just a lot of isekai power systems. Fortunately and or unfortunately for me, I don't watch a lot of isekai, and unfortunately for you guys, in this explanation, this very vague explanation, I have somewhat run out of time. So, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend the last minute that I have with you guys saying some things. First of those things is thank you all for your various means of supporting this channel, whether it be by simply viewing my content or, I don't know, watching other videos of mine, watching my Warframe videos, watching my One Piece Devil Fruit ranking videos. Uh, so long as those continue to do good, I will continue to do them. And as such, thank you all for your support, and hopefully I can get to 500 subscribers so I can get past this godforsaken 15-minute time cap With that out of the way, subscribe to my channel. See you guys all later. Have a wonderful